I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to recap Game 27 of the regular season. Rangers losing overtime to the Philadelphia Flyers. You ever watch a game, and you're like, wow, that was a really sad game to watch, that's really depressing, and I'm not really sure how to feel about it. I don't really want to talk about that, but then you remember you have a YouTube channel where you talk about every single Rangers game and every single anything game, so even if you're in a really bad mood about the game, and really soured about it, and upset, you still gotta talk about it. Me tonight, when we... Good lord, I don't even know what that game was. Like, that was a rough game to watch. There were so many mistakes the Rangers made, and I obviously don't think we deserve to win that game by any means, but at the same time, I thought we did some things well. You know, putting up 4 goals is usually enough to get a win, but tonight it wasn't. So, immediately hopping into, before the game started, Kincaid is in net. That's cool. I think he certainly deserved it the past few games over Georgiev. After tonight, hard to tell, because 2 of the goals were on power plays, and at least, I believe 2 of them, were on not power plays, on just even strength, but they were breakaways, and then the third one in overtime was a breakaway. So he got the start, and then big news today, before the game started, Beer Flu has claimed 3 Rangers players. Philip DiGiuseppe, Adam Fox, and Pavel Buchnevich all went on the Beer Flu list, which is awful. Especially when you think of 2 of the goals tonight were on power plays, and both of those players, you know, Buchnevich and Fox, are big penalty killers, and Philip DiGiuseppe is just a good, high-energy player. So, I'm not saying that if we have them here tonight we win, but we might. So, into the first period, 16-13 left. Keandre Miller, who I am a huge fan of, I think that's very evident to anyone who's watched my videos in the past. He gets a little over-aggressive on the puck. It manages to slip past him. Flyers dart around him. It's a 2-on-1 for the Flyers. They shoot, they score. It's 1-0 by Van Riemsdyk. And I'm like, okay, that sucks. And just a little over a minute later, the Rangers, we get a face-off in our own zone, or I guess you would say the Flyers get a face-off in our own zone. And Provorov, I'm probably mispronouncing the crap out of that name, wins the face-off, or they win the face-off. He gets it right around the face-off circle, takes a shot, and it's 2-0 like that. It went from 0-0 to 2-0 really quickly. Then at 11:31, Julien Gauthier takes a holding call, and the Flyers get a power play. And at this point, I think to myself, all right, if we give up a power play goal here, I'm checking out. I'm watching the game, but I'm only going to half watch it, because if you give up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes, the game is over. They have all the momentum, and the game, it's over at that point. Like, I wasn't going to check out, I wasn't going to turn the game off. I've never done that with a game of baseball or hockey since I've been an adult. Or football, for that matter, while I've been an adult. I've suffered through the entirety of them. So I'm not going to turn the game off, but I'm watching this, and I'm like, if it goes 3-0, I'm going to start scrolling on Instagram and Twitter and everything else, because this game is just wanting to make me check out entirely. We managed to kill the power play off, no problem. Then, a little bit later on, they trip over Panarin, so we get a power play. We ended up not doing anything with it. So that's the first period. We're down 2-0 on 2 goals that happened almost within a minute of each other. I'm kind of depressed. And then nothing happens for the first while of the second period. The Rangers are dominating play, I will say that. And they looked very different in the second period. And that shows on this first goal. So, Ryan Strome carries the puck into the offensive zone and he hands it off to Panarin. Then Artemi Panarin passes it over, and I'm going to try my hardest. Tarmo? Renuni? I am so sorry that I'm horribly saying that. He passes it over to him. He passes it back over to Panarin, who on a one-timer shoots, scores with a great drive, and shoots it so hard, he eats it. He completely falls over while shooting. Doesn't matter, we're up 1-0. Panarin has his first goal since coming back, and he has a point already, so that's pretty cool. I wonder if he's going to get any more of those. 9:08 left in the period. Brendan Smith gets it, and this gorgeous up-ice pass to Artemi Panarin. Like, I can't... He gets it, and just the beautiful pass up to Artemi Panarin. It's truly... I was stunned with how pretty of a pass that was. So Panarin gets it, he holds, again, great. Just discipline and patience that Panarin shows almost every night that he plays. It was on display here. He holds it for a minute, And then as soon as the player has to fully commit to Panarin, he just knocks it over to Colin Blackwell, who chips it up, buries it, and we're tied at 2 apiece. So I'm like, all right, we're back in this game. Let's go. 4:44 left in the period. Now, Lindgren gets the puck, and he tries to clear it, but he gets it over to Libor Halak. He gets it over to Artemi Panarin, who just does a little dump pass over to Philip Hedl. Philip Hedl starts to go out, and then gets it to Julien Gauthier on a breakaway. Then, a couple of the Flyers start to pressure him from his left side. He does a power move across the ice and across the blue paint, scores! And the Rangers take a 3-2 lead, and I am pumped at this point. Then, a little bit later on, 1:33 left in the period, Gauthier tries to hit the puck, and it ricochets off of, I believe it was Claude Giroux, because he hit him again later in the game. Ricochets off his stick, hits him in the face, they get a power play, and before I'm even done talking about the fact that we gave up a power play, they score on said power play at 1:24 left. They win the face-off, Farabee gets it from the point, shoots, scores, 3-3 going into the third period. And then something interesting happens. At 18 seconds left, Claude Giroux is taking it. We kind of beat up on Claude Giroux tonight. Claude Giroux is carrying it into our zone, and Brendan Smith lays a very legal hit on Claude Giroux. There's nothing wrong with it. Hockey's a violent sport, right? And I don't think... I enjoy watching a good hit now and again. I am a human being. Something about that is entertaining to me. And it was a nice hit. I thought it was fine. I don't see why there was any issue by the Flyers, other than it was a big hit on their captain. So a couple of them come over and start roughing up on Brendan Smith, and for some reason, instead of being a 5-on-4 or a 5-on-3 power play, it's a 5-on-4 power play, because even though 2 Flyers came over and started beating up on Brendan Smith, they only gave us 1 man down because both of them got penalties, but Brendan Smith got a penalty for roughing. But instead of it being then a 4-on-3, it was a 5-on-4. And I don't understand how that's a thing. I understand that, officiating in any league is very shoddy. I understand that. But this was really strange to me. Is it 1 penalty? Good, then it's a 5-on-4. Is it 2 penalties? Then it's a 5-on-3. Is it 3? Then it's 4-on-3. There is no reality where if there's 3 penalties on a play and none of them are fighting, I believe that is the only penalties. That just doesn't take you out of the game. There were 3 penalties on 2 players on the Flyers and 1 on the Rangers that were all minors. I don't understand how you came out of that with a 5-on-4 power play for the Rangers. But, c'est la vie, that's what happens. So the 16 seconds, not much of a power play. We take it into the third period. And then in the third period, here we go. 17:04 after the power play has died off for the Rangers. Brett Howden enters the zone and gets ready to make a move, but then trips around the board, kind of gets taken down, but it wasn't like a penalty or anything. But while falling and on the ground, he gets it over to Brendan Lemieux. So Brendan Lemieux passes it over to Kevin Rooney, who I think has really shocked me this year with his play. I think he's been a very good player. He's not an all-star or anything, but he is a above-average player. I've been very surprised with Kevin Rooney, especially his goal. I believe this was his 5th goal of the year for Kevin Rooney. So he gets it right near in front, shoots, scores. It's 4-3. Rangers retake the lead. Then, 15:07 left, and another very confusing thing. So Gauthier high-sticks Claude Giroux. That's not in question. He did what a high-sticking penalty is, right? He take his stick, he high-sticks someone. High-stick in face. Penalty, whistle, whistle, power play, other team. For some reason, it was a double minor, and I don't know why. I don't get why it was a double minor. I thought it was just a minor penalty. I don't understand why it's double, but here we go. They get a 4-minute power play. And on the first of the power plays, a great set play by the Flyers. I mean, it sucks. It was a really nice set play, and Giroux gets a nice little goal. Just tucks it in on the other side of Kincaid, and now it's 4-4 again. 8:20 left in the game. Raffle on the Flyers, which, I mean, incredible name. Takes a hooking call, so the Rangers get a power play with just a few minutes, enough time that we can do something. We don't do anything. Then at 4:26, Ryan Strome takes a hook and call, and the Flyers get a power play. Now, right before the power play, Kincaid stopped a breakaway goal and kept it tied. Right on the power play, Kincaid stopped a breakaway goal to keep it tied. But then, at 3:04 left, there was this pretty nice play by the Flyers, and they score. And at this moment, I wanted to flip any table nearby me. But then David Quinn says, excuse me, that was offside. And it was. Thankfully, the game remains tied. And that was pretty much it for the regulation. And then, overtime. Which, what's the word I'm looking for? Incredibly angry about overtime, right? We pressured the Flyers for the first 3.5 minutes of overtime. We gave up like one shot in overtime through the first few minutes, and we were just dominating. We had the puck in their zone the entire time. I mean, we weren't really shooting for some reason, but we had it in their zone. We were controlling the puck beautifully, and I'm like, all right, we're actually, I think we can win this game. That'd be really cool. Then the puck gets cleared down to Kincaid. Now, I'm a Steve Dangle fan. I think most hockey players, or most hockey fans are, I would say. So, whenever I see a goalie do something stupid, I just can only remember him screaming at the top of his lungs, "You are a goaltender, tend the goal." He tries to do an up-ice pass to Artemi Panarin, who is completely gassed, and at this point had played, I believe, 2 of the 4 minutes of overtime to that point. He was a dead man walking. Like, he was so gassed and tired out. It was just a bad play. It was a super weak pass, so it was just barely shuffling along the ice. And I want to get the name right. Verichuk? Yeah, Verichuk. It was very telegraphed. It was slow-moving. He runs over, or skates over, I suppose I should say. Steals it, goes down on a breakaway, and does this move that just puts Kincaid on his belly on the ice. And then just taps it in for the goal. Game is over, and the Flyers win 5-4. And, again, with a game like this, you just get kind of upset that you were missing Buchnevich, Buchnevich, Fox, and Philip DiGiuseppe. You know, I'm not... Obviously, the what-if game can be played for everything. But, man, you could tell that the Rangers were missing them, and I'm hoping that they don't actually have it, and that they were just exposed to it and couldn't play due to, a test not getting back in time. That's what I think we're all hoping for, because we would need them back either Wednesday or Friday. Because Friday and Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, we have back-to-backs. Yes, we do have back-to-backs those days. So, that is all I have to say for that. On to Kincaid. I want to get his numbers for saves. I'm going to scroll down here. 25 of 30 for a .833 save percentage. Gee Louise, that's not great. Okay. So the goals were by Artemi Panarin, Julien Gauthier, Kevin Rooney, and Colin Blackwell. So that's all I have to say. I will see you guys Wednesday for Philadelphia yet again. And if you are also a Jets fan, if you happen to be a Rangers fan, you might be that. I'm also talking about any moves the Jets make during free agency right now. So be on the lookout for that. I talked a little bit ago about Corey Davis and Carl Lawson being signed. So, that is all I have to say. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, even in tough losses like tonight, go Rangers.